if I see two routines or everyone hits all of their jumps, I'm like, I don't know what the difference is. If someone falls down, I know that they're probably not going to win. That's pretty much the extent.
So that was the thing. Like when I was watching the ice dancing, it's like they're all so perfect at their routines, like the Canadians and the Americans.
Yeah,
I don't know what the difference is supposed to be.
Right, exactly.
Like what makes one better than the other? I understand there's like some musicality or some crap.
Well, don't they
supposed to know?
Don't they score things like how they interpret the music and all that stuff too?
Yeah, it's so bullshit.
Well, that's
it's
what
so
I mean.
Subjective.
And I'm not saying that I think they're very talented to do what they do on ice skates, but like Zach said, I can't tell the difference. I don't know I don't even know what I'm looking for.
And that's the thing with like these little controversies like that. No one can tell the difference.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like they were. I mean, there was a sizable difference, but not to a point where it's like painfully obvious that they were trying to favor it for the Americans and make the Canadians lose it. You couldn't tell.
In all fairness, it really wasn't 2002 all over again, because in 2002, I seem to remember that the Russian team that undeservedly got the gold medal actually did screw up in their routine, while the Canadians skated perfectly.
I think I remember that. What were the Canadians' names? I remember this.
Oh, I forget. It's been so long ago.
But I will just say this. Any sport that relies on judging to determine a winner, it's just, right out of the gate, I got to think that you got problems, because that there's some judges that are going to take money, that maybe don't like a certain skater as well as another skater and all that. So it's just hard to take it. You win the gold medal, great. It just means that you were liked better than some other judge, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, international competition is always incredibly corrupt when you get right down to it. And even more so when you have a sport that's it's purely subjective, unless there is a clear marker. Unless someone royally screws up to the point that even your average Joe can see it, it's just it's subjective.
They should have an obstacle course for the ice skating, for figure skating. Make it like the steeplechase with the horses.
Oh Jesus!
I think that'd be awesome. Come on. They come out. They have to do hurdles, and then maybe go through a loop where they have to skate the loop and go upside down and stuff. Then that would be fun. I would watch that. But this
and have it timed. So
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a sport, and if we can make up things like snowboard cross and things like that, we can come up with steeplechase ice skating.
I actually really like the snowboard cross.
So do I. I love it, but
I don't know why they don't do that for skis, other than it probably is a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, because there was, that snowboard cross, there was some serious stuff going on in that. It was really cool.
Jostling for position, yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch. And the skiing, I still am impressed as all hell by these skiers, because I don't know why it never occurred to me that they go as fast as they do, but 80 miles an hour on a pair of skis.
Yeah, that and the luge and the bobsled, when you see the little 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Oh, by the way, did anyone notice the actual bobsled that Jamaica used?
No.
Yeah, well, it was math, first off.
It looked like it was 30 years old.
It probably was. But I was thinking about that though with Winter Olympics. Okay, we all realize that curling is the greatest sport of all time.
Yes.
So why? It would seem to me that places like Jamaica, it's easy to build an indoor ice rink. You could be a curling powerhouse from anywhere, basically. So why not?
You'd think that, yet the curling powerhouses seem to be concentrated in the Scandinavian countries and the Commonwealth countries.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It would seem to me it would be easier for the Jamaican team to be great at curling than bobsledding. And secondly, you wouldn't have to leave the island to do it. You could train and go into the rink, do your curling, come back out, it's still 85 degrees.
Well, but speaking of curling, I did go curling this past week.
Yeah, so I remember you saying something. How was it?
It was awesome.
Yeah?
I'm not all that great at it, but it was still awesome.
Just rub it in. That's fine.
What, that I can just go curling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it like bowling up there? I mean, just curling places?
Kind of, yeah.
Cool.
Is it like $5 for an hour? Like it is here for
actually
and better yet,
it is. It cost me $5.
And
really
better yet, do they have psychedelic curling like we have psychedelic bowling, where they turn on black lights and the pins are all different colors? And
no, that would be because the ice is white. So if you put the black light on, everything would just be
psychedelic curling coming to you as part of the Extreme Curling League.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna screw the whole sports journalism thing. I'm gonna go to Canada. Open up a curling rink and bring them cosmic curling.
The cosmic curling and bowling. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
right.
You still need to go to like the deep, dark heart of Manitoba and find a curling guru to teach you.
Some guy sitting in a cave somewhere.
Teach me the ways of curling there, right?
Well, I will say this: Canada today in the gold medal game just were super clutch in the the 9th end or the 10th? I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But they just
the gold medal thing.
Yeah,
today?
but Sweden just hacked it up.
They stole 3 in the 9th.
Right.
Because Sweden just terrible throw.
Yeah,
terrible throw.
Couple of terrible throws.
They got 3 in the 9th end, and then they had the hammer in the 10th, so it was all over.
Right. Exactly what Zach just said.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right on the button. Get it right in the house.
I was just in heaven because I finally got to watch them. But with that being the gold medal game, I'm assuming that curling is finished now. Do we still have men's
that's the women's
curling?
gold medal. I don't know when the men's gold medal game is.
Yeah, so
probably tomorrow.
Yeah, that's probably all.
Is Canada in the men's gold medal game, Mike?
I'm actually not sure. Curling's been lost in the shuffle for me between all the hockey games.
Dude, really?
Yeah, and plus
you can watch hockey anytime.
No, that was hockey.
But see, here's the thing about hockey. Even at work, I can watch hockey. Nobody shuts down work for school for curling.
Well,
tomorrow the bronze medal game is China versus Sweden.
See, there you go, China. Not a traditional winter powerhouse, but they're playing. They're a curling team. See?
And the women's semifinal was Great Britain and Switzerland. And so the men's gold medal game is Canada versus Great Britain.
Ooh, that'll be a knockdown drag out.
That doesn't have the same lure as a U.S. Great Britain. Because Canada just kind of peacefully said, "Hey, can we rule ourselves or something? Can we just do that?"
We asked politely if we could be kind of independent, and then they said yes.
So Miss Elizabeth, we're sitting over here we're kind of just really cold and have our own thing going on, and you guys are all across the ocean. So we figure that it would be just right and honorable to give us our own autonomy, and then we can rule ourselves. But we'll keep you. We'll still have a pretty picture of you over at Parliament. Nice big photo, up above the Prime Minister and all that. And yeah, what do you think about that, there, eh?
And
yes, that sounds like a great idea. Tea for all.
And then the Dominion of Canada was born.
And there's your history lesson for the night.
I'm sure that's exactly how it went.
I'm positive that's exactly how it went.
It was like I was there.
Who is the founder of the Dominion of Canada, Mike? Who's credited? Who's the Thomas Jefferson, the George Washington of
that would be
Canadian independence?
John A. Macdonald.
Johnny Macdonald.
Our first Prime Minister, yes.
Good Canadian name.
He was the one who went over with a commission to Great Britain to address Parliament and the Queen to, say maybe this would be a good idea, if it's not too much trouble, whenever you guys get around to it. It's actually interesting. If you would have said after the Dominion of Canada was formed, the Dominion of Canada, of course, being the country's full legal name, which I'm kind of bummed we don't use as much as we should because it's kind of cool.
It makes you sound a lot more intimidating, I'll say that.
The Dominion. But
yeah, you rule over those vast, lifeless tundras.
But it's kind of weird to say independence probably wouldn't be the right word because
because you're still subjects.
Autonomy, basically.
Yeah, self-government is the preferred term. Self-government. We are still a Commonwealth realm, I think is the official title.
Yeah, I always thought it was funny when the Winnipeg Jets in their old arena, they had a giant portrait of Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
where their banners would be.
Yep. And the Toronto Maple Leafs for the longest time had a portrait of Queen Elizabeth too. Only it was kind of built into it was kind of fastened to the facade of the arena. And no, not the facade. It was into the structure. So basically they removed the picture so they could add more seats.
Huh.
And that was during the reign of that was during the reign of Harold Ballard, who was a cheap son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think you should put her picture in the ice in Montreal and all the Canadian NHL rinks.
Well, they wouldn't do it in Montreal.
No, of course. What am I thinking? Right.
But you know what? They can get over it because they lost the 7 Years' War. So one Canada for the Empire. Deal with it, Quebec. Deal with it.
There you go.
Wow.
Mike not being such a polite Canadian after all.
Let's. You want to come back to this side of the pond and this side of the 49th parallel?
Yes, let's do just that right after this.
Olympics. Hundreds of events. Thousands of athletes. Millions of my stupid visa spots. Are you sick of hearing my ass? I am. Hell, I don't even use Visa. I'm old school, biatch. I use Diners Club, and that's when I pay for crap. Usually folks see me and go, put away your wallet, Shawshank. That breakfast burrito's on us. Visa, proud sponsor of the Olympics for 25 years.
I would have a hard time picking my favorite Leaf, honestly.
Really? Not a Dion Phaneuf guy or
Phaneuf would actually be up there near the top. I would have said Clark MacArthur, but then he left.
Wait a minute. What? No Wendell Clark?
No, currently on the Leafs.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant all time.
An Optimus Rhyme guy.
See, the fact that I'm a goalie and a Transformers fan would lead you to believe I'd naturally be a fan of his, and maybe I would. That was just
a natural connection.
And I would if he, would actually play consistently. That would be nice.
So you're not a Jonathan Bernier guy?
I just want one of them to put together 2 solid starts in a row. That would just be fantastic.
Kadri? You're not a Kadri guy?
I don't mind Kadri all that much, actually.
What about Colton Orr?
Colton Orr is just funny.
Well, seriously, Mike, all-time favorite Leaf, who would it be? Would it be Wendell Clark?
All-time favorite Leaf? Yeah, Clark would be that. I'd say Clark.
Zach, besides Solani, who would it be?
My all-time favorite Duck besides Teemu Selanne is Guy Bear.
Ah, good choice, goalie.
Good choice.
Because he was the first ever. He was the first Mighty Duck. He was the first expansion draft pick, and he was the last of that inaugural Mighty Ducks team to eventually leave the team in 2001. So, and last original Mighty Duck.
I can't really do it with the Blue Jackets. With the Rangers, I would have to say that my all-time favorite Ranger is probably Mike Richter, and after that.
Leach.
I was never a big Brian Leach fan, believe it or not. I liked Messier an awful lot, yeah. But
Mike Richter, the man whose mask spawned the Lady Liberty jersey.
Is that true?
Yep.
Well, that's not bad.
He decided to put the Statue of Liberty on his mask, and then after a while, they're like, hey, that kind of looks cool. Let's make a jersey of it.
I still think that's one of the most badass masks of all time. I think it was just awesome.
It is awesome. And what was awesome in the 2002 Winter Olympics when he was the goalie for Team USA was that he didn't need to get a special mask. He didn't have to get a separate mask. He could just wear a Rangers one.
Right.
But yeah, Mike Richter, probably Messier after that. I don't know. Maybe Adam Graves. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Yeah,
Adam Graves.
Jaromir Jagr.
No.
That's right. Greg hates Jaromir Jagr.
Never have cared for that chick. Sorry.
He has perhaps the greasiest hair I've ever seen on a hockey player.
When
he also has the largest ass I've ever seen on a hockey player.
When he signed with the Rangers, however he got there, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Because I have never liked him. I can't even tell you why. I just never have.
He's kind of a whiny bitch, in my opinion.
That's my thought, too. But, yeah, I never cared for him. And I was not at all happy when he signed with the Rangers. Or did he get traded to the Rangers? I don't even remember.
He signed with them.
He signed with them after his stint in Washington didn't pan out.
That was probably second to when Eric Lindros became a Ranger. That was brutal.
Lindros was a Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what he went to after the Flyers.
Oh, I thought Lindros just died.
Well, the thought of him in a Rangers jersey just sickens me. I'm sorry, but it does. I think I'd rather have Jagr than Lindros.
I know he spent a cup of coffee with the Stars, but
I know he went from the Flyers to the Rangers, then he went to the Leafs and was actually playing pretty well in the Leafs until he became a huge baby and didn't want to play because his wrist hurt. And then went to the Stars. And then I think that was it. And then I think he might have died at that point. And it's like, there's Eric Lindros after a check. They're just dragging his body off the ice.
I know he's just fat now. So
he put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the worst thing.